Hey, what's up YouTube? King James here. The Groza has recently started to return to Warzone. I've noticed it in guys' loadouts on the ground. I've noticed it in kill cams when I die. And a lot of people are running the Groza with an iron sight and using it as their short medium range gun. So I decided to have a look at the Groza again. Why is it so good? Why am I seeing it show up again? So I've tested it a whole bunch in a bunch of different ways, and I've played with it a whole bunch. And I've got some really interesting results that I'm going to share with you right now. So in case you don't know, about a week ago, they nerfed the AUG and the FFAR. And then this is April 6th patch notes, and they've nerfed them again. We've seen this before where they nerfed it once and nerfed it twice, and that's exactly what they've done. So here's the AUG. Recoil strength has been increased yet again. So more the reason why we can use the M16. However, we're probably going to see a nerf on the M16 similar if everybody starts switching. Here's the FFAR. ADS speed has been decreased. This is one thing that always made the ADS on the FFAR really good, is it was SMG-like. But here's what they said. FFAR is a jack of all trades, damage profile and range of an AR, as well as the fire rate of SMG. The FFAR's wholesale efficacy has it edging out SMGs at range we're not satisfied with. Ideally, the FFAR fulfills the role of mid-range dominator. And here's what's important: while falling prey to weapons that excel in short-range engagements. So what they're doing is they're trying to make it so that the FFAR is not so dominant in that short and mid-range. So the meta may shift to bring some SMGs back, but enter the Groza. The Groza is every bit as good as the FFAR is, maybe better. I've got some testing I've done, and let me show it to you. So let's start with the ADS speed, and this is before the nerf. And if you see, the ADS on both the Groza and the FFAR was exactly the same. They both landed around 233 milliseconds. But now that they've nerfed the ADS speed on the FFAR, it's a little different. Let me show you that. And here it is after the nerf. And if you watch, if I drag it over, you see how much faster the Groza is than the FFAR. Look at the FFAR still coming up. And if I finish the play on it here, so the timing ends still 233 for the Groza, but the FFAR is now 283. So they've added 50 milliseconds to the ADS time. And another thing that you want to take note of is look at the sights, the iron sights on the Groza. It's nice and open. Now, I used to really like the FFAR with this round circle, but after using this, I don't miss the hoop on the top at all. It's just open and a lot cleaner here. And besides, this looks pretty cool with the natural order blueprint. I don't miss the top of this circle at all. So I do like the iron sights on the Groza better than the FFAR now as well. The other thing I wanted to test was the movement speed. So I picked a spot 43 meters away and ran. And if you notice right here, look at the Groza. Gets there ahead of the FFAR. Now, not by much, but it does have a faster movement speed by about 300 or so milliseconds to get across that 43 meter spot. So not only does it have a faster ADS, you also have faster movement with it. So you also want to test the recoil and watch how it goes up the wall and then stops. So hang on, I'll show it to you in slow-mo and I'll zoom it in right here. So watch, I'll start shooting up the wall and check out the bullet count right here. It'll go from 45 down to 25, and then when it hits 25, right here at this point on the wall, 25 bullets, it almost stops having any kind of recoil at all. It still creeps up a tiny little bit, but not anymore. It's basically a complete laser beam, which is really interesting, and it's a mechanic that you can abuse when you're using it. So I started to shoot it against the wall, and look at right there, a complete laser beam for the last more than half of the magazine. Here's the FFAR, shoots up the wall, and we know the FFAR has recoil. It's always good anyway. And I'm shooting it around, and I sort of get a circle. Now my Groza circle is definitely worse, but I wasn't really trying to manage it all that well. So I decided to try it again to make sure it wasn't a fluke, and of course the exact same thing happened. So then I did a controlled shot right here, and well, you can see I got a much tighter circle there. And then I did the same thing with the FFAR. I shot it up the wall, and then did a controlled shoot to see what the overall circle looked like. And you can see here, I got a much tighter circle, and it's all the same as the FFAR, but it's this stopping at the top part here that makes it have a really nice tight circle. And it's a mechanic you can definitely abuse if you know that it's a complete laser beam for the bottom half of the mag. So as I said earlier, I replaced the FFAR with the Groza and my favorite loadout with the SPR, and well, you know what that means. Bruh. 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 I just killed 3 guys in a row. Oh my God. All right, enough. I know. All right, let me show you my Groza loadout. But just before I get into that, I want to say thank you to everybody who's recently subbed to the channel. I appreciate all that love and support and the hilarious comments and you guys coming back and watching my videos. So thank you guys so much for that. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, consider subscribing because it really does help small content creators like myself. All right, let me show you my Groza build. So first and foremost, the muzzle, I'm running the GRU suppressor. Sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. It's got everything you need in a muzzle. So for the barrel, the CMV mil spec, now it was recently broken, but just fixed, and it gave it unlimited damage range. So that is fixed now. However, it's still the barrel you want to use. And the reason for that is it's got damage, increased damage. So it does 2 more damage to every spot. So head, chest, stomach, and extremities, it moved it up 2 higher, which is what made it the TTK on it as good as the FFAR. Very, very close, like within hundredths of a second. And strafe speed. Strafe speed is what allows you to move side to side while you're shooting. It makes you a harder target to hit. So if you really like to strafe while you're shooting, this gun is going to give you more strafe speed. That's going to help you win gunfights. Now it does have a minus to effective damage range, which does work now because the barrel is fixed. However, this is an AR that has a really long effective damage range anyway, and is a close to medium range gun. It still has plenty of range that's going to make it really good in close range fights. So definitely going to run the CMV mil spec. Now I'm not running a laser or an optic, but the stock, I'm using the KGB pad. Again, it's all about movement speed. You want range and movement speed on your short to medium range guns. And this gives you ADS fire speed, aim walking speed, and sprint to fire time. So again, lots more movement. For the underbarrel, I'm running the Spetsnaz speed grip. Now this gun has quite a bit of recoil in the first part of the magazine, so you really want to try and get rid of that. Now if you want to exploit the last half of the magazine, you could not run the underbarrel and go with the Serpent grip. They did mention they fixed the grips, and the Serpent grip gives you aim down sight time. So you can again reduce your ADS even more by running this, and you can exploit the mechanism of the back half of the magazine where it has almost no recoil at all. And for the ammunition, well, 45 round drum, because I don't want any more ADS time. So I don't want to run any of these other ones because they all increase the ADS, except for the tape mag that gives you reload quickness, but you're still stuck with 30 bullets. So the 45 is better. It still reloads really fast and faster than the FFAR did. And it doesn't have any minus to ADS at all, and now has a faster ADS than the FFAR. So really, I think this is going to be a replacement for the FFAR. It hits just as hard, you can move faster with it, has a faster ADS time, it has a larger magazine, and it has almost no recoil at all in the bottom half of the magazine. This thing is the next FFAR. I'm telling you, you need to get your loadout, get it in your loadout, and give it a try. And there's one other thing to know. If you don't have the Groza completely unlocked yet, check it, see if you have the natural order blueprint. We all got it with the battle pass in season 6, and it's almost exactly right. It's got the right barrel, the right stock, and the right speed grip. What it has is the drop shot wrap that you can get rid of, but the magazine is the very first one you unlock, so you'll get that really fast. Now, the only thing that you're going to be left without is the GRU suppressor. Now, it'll take you to level 46 to be able to unlock that, but the Spetsnaz compensator is not terrible. Now, it's not a suppressor, but it's not terrible, and you can have almost the entire gun without even having it leveled up. If you have any comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Are you still going to run the FFAR even though it was nerfed, or are you going to try the Groza out? Let me know your thoughts, or maybe you're going to try an SMG. I'm going to be having some SMG builds coming out really soon, and I'm going to do an SMG shootout and see if I can determine what the best SMG is out of all the SMGs, if that's even possible. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video, and as always, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out.